This is my case study for parental apathy. My name is Carolina Ayerbe, EDL 856, School Community Relations. ISLLC standard versus parental apathy. Standard number 4, the building level administrator is an educational leader who promotes the success of every student by collaborating with faculty and community members, responding to diverse community interests and needs, and mobilizing community resources. Parental apathy is the lack or little effort of parent involvement in their child's education. Category 1, problem identification and analysis. What do I know? Mrs. Rose, the new assistant principal at John F. Kennedy School, recently received her Master in Education Administration. Mrs. Rose feels there's a need for a comprehensive program with parents and the community. The school has very limited contact or involvement with parents and the community. There are no PTAs or PTOs at the moment. The principal of the school supports the idea of not having parent involvement but has agreed to a meeting. Only 8 parents showed up to the meeting and the principal wants to dismiss it due to the poor turnout. What do I need to know? What are the demographics of the school? How many kids attend the school? How long has the principal worked at JFK School? What groups existed in the past and what happened to them? What previous attempts were made to get parents involved? What were the results? Why are the parents not interested in getting involved with the school? What does the board superintendent think about this situation? Is it a district-wide problem or just an isolated case? What are the current channels of communication with the parents? Did Mrs. Rose and the principal have an agenda to follow during the meeting? What is the problem? JFA School lacks parental involvement and a real school community relations. The school principal doesn't think there's a problem with parental apathy. This creates a breakdown between what the school needs to support SCR and what the leader is willing to do. Mrs. Rose might not have the support she needs to change the situation. Teachers and staff do not participate by any means in developing channels of communication with parents. There's a lack of support. The last meeting was not well organized. There was short notice, poor notification media, and unexpected. Category 2, proposed plan of action with appropriate strategies for implementation. Lead the meeting. Mrs. Rose and the principal should go ahead with the meeting, thanking those who attended and presenting a brief introduction of the vision and mission of the school. This is a starting point and it should be used to encourage further participation by recruitment and word of mouth. The principal should lead the meeting by introducing Mrs. Rose, asking for ideas on how to get more parental involvement, answering questions, and requesting feedback on how to create a school community relation that will actually work. Improve channels of communication. There have to be better channels of communication between the school and parents and community in general. This might require a revamp of the JFK School has set up as a means to communicate. The school needs to create a distribution list with parents' emails to receive weekly updates from the principal. A monthly newsletter with school activities, community events, opportunities, and awards needs to be created, sent home, and also be made available from the school website. JFK School should use social networking sites to increase its social awareness and community involvement. Staff-teacher involvement. Besides the principal and Mrs. Rose, there should be more faculty and staff involvement with parents and community partners. More opportunities for the parents to get involved in the school should be made available at the different levels, whether through open houses, teacher-parent meetings, conferences, and or support staff communication via the newsletters, from the front office to the nurse, to the library, to the cafeteria. Teachers and support staff interact with the community in different ways, and they should be made more productive in representing the school and getting partners like during field trips, donations, or sponsorships. Category 3, resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. Parental involvement. Parental involvement has been associated with higher student achievement outcomes. For the overall population of students, the achievement scores of children with highly involved parents was higher than children with less involved parents. Not only is the school benefiting from parents involved in the students' everyday activities and education, but so is the community, as it will foster successful members for its future. School community relations. Mrs. Rose should be appointed to lead a school community relations committee to ensure a well-developed campaign to improve JFK School communication with parents, staff, stakeholders, and other community members. The principal must present the idea to the school staff and ask for the volunteers to help with the committee. There should also be parents and students in the group representing the different audiences. Putting students first. As an educator leader, Mrs. Rose, along with the principal, should promote the success of every student by providing and implementing a vision of learning that is shared and supported by all the staff. There has to be a collection, monitoring, and evaluation of data, including demographics and students' progress. This will help in the future to assess what works and what needs to be changed, as well as how to promote understanding, appreciation, and the use of community resources more effectively. Category 4. Debrief the problem by reflecting on what you were thinking, feeling, and value. My thoughts. What happened in the past that affected the principal's position about the school-community relations? What did the school try before? What worked and what didn't? What kind of leader is the principal and what does he think of Mrs. Rose as the assistant principal? How does the staff feel about the lack of school-community relations, especially parental involvement? In what kind of community is JFK School located? My feelings? I feel frustration to encounter a leader who is lacking the desire to improve a weak situation that affects everyone. I feel encouragement by a turnout of the parents to the meeting considering the short notice and vague notification. I feel hopeful that the situation can be improved with the right tool and appropriate procedures. What do I value? The need to see the parents involved in the school and in students' education, the dedication of Mrs. Rose to improve, create school-community relations by not giving up after the principal's first reaction to her concern, and the presence of those 8 parents who showed up at the meeting even when the note sent home didn't explain much about it. Unresolved issues. What did the principal feel that the parents should be left alone? Why did he feel that it wasn't important for them to be involved in the kids' educations? What happened to the last parents group? Why did it stop existing? How do the parents feel about the school leadership and communication procedures? What are Mrs. Rose's expectations after the initial meeting? What are the next steps? Was there an agenda for the meeting? Did it include the possible creation of a PTA? Will there be more parental involvement if the school improves its SCR? Category 5, reflecting on standard number 4 by providing evidence. Collaboration with families and community members to contribute to the school's success. This was done taking the first step by holding a meeting even with the low participation. This gave me the opportunity to introduce myself and create a rapport with the attendees, which could pass on to the other parents. I encouraged the 8 parents to share their ideas, ask questions, and bring forth any recommendation and comments to increase the relation between them and the school and the community. Diverse needs and interests of the community on an ongoing basis was by improving the channels of communication. I made the school website a to-go tool to gather, research, and find information concerning the school, the staff, the community partners, and the district. By using social networks, I am ensuring that a more diversified way to establish communication with parents and the community, which will benefit all of them by working together. Mobilize community resources to address and help solve problems in a way that supports the school by creating an SAR committee that will meet regularly to discuss ongoing concerns. By involving teachers and staff, I'm capable of covering a broader range of issues that could get lost in the chain of command if not addressed properly. By putting students first, I'm letting the parents know that the main goal of the school is to ensure student success and that their involvement is vital to achieve this.